How to install a deck on cones. Difficulty level: 2 hammers. Create a new living area in your garden by building a deck. Whether you prefer squares or slats, make the job easier with adjustable platforms. For a terrace with squares, you will need adjustable cones and decking squares. For a deck with decking slats, adjustable platforms, joists, decking slats, and wood screws. Make sure you have a tape measure, a spirit level, a set square, a mason's ruler, pliers, clamps, a folding workbench, a pencil, a jigsaw, a circular saw, a handsaw, blocks, a screw gun, and a marking line. The cones for laying decking squares are height adjustable with screws. In the upper part, there are 4 compartments to hold the squares at their corners. Calculate how many cones are needed according to the number of squares to be laid on the terrace. Start at the outside corner of the terrace. Place 4 cones on the ground and adjust the 3 external cones in line with the terrace, so they don't exceed hangover. On the corner cone, use pliers to take out 4 fins that prevent the square from attaching firmly. On the other cones inserted, just take out 2 opposite fins. Then lay the decking square. Check with the set square that the decking square sits flush with the end of the terrace. Then check with a spirit level. Adjust using the height adapter by screwing or unscrewing the platforms. Place the second square using the same principle, inserting the platforms that run along the terrace. To achieve a better look, reverse the direction of the slats each time and check the alignment of the squares overall with a spirit level. Then finish the line. At the end of the row, the adjustable cones are inserted as before, to line the edge of the terrace, and the fins are cut with pliers. Proceed with the row, continuing in the same way, laying in the direction of the slats to give a smoother finish. Sometimes you need to trim the squares at the end of a row or at the join between the house and terrace. Remove the square, mark the cutting line, secure the square on the workbench, and cut with the circular saw. Before sawing, check on the underside of the square that there is no assembly material running across your cutting line. If there is, you need to remove it. At the foot of a downpipe, mark the section to cut out. On the workbench, secure the square which has had its fins removed. Lay your decking square. You have to saw along the lines marked out. To achieve better stability around the cut, strengthen the base using an additional cone with its fins removed. Lay your square. The adjustable cone system also allows you to fit decking slats. However, this time, the upper side of the cone has a groove for securing the joist. The cones are 40 cm apart, like the joists, which will then take the slats. Provisionally spread out the cones and the joists on the ground to be covered. Line up the platforms against one edge of the terrace, making sure each time to place the groove for the joist in the same direction. Then lay the joist on the line of cones. Create a small area of expansion space with blocks. Allow a minimum of 10 mm between the wall and the end of each joist. Check the position of the joist with the spirit level. Here too, you can correct the height by screwing or unscrewing. Fix the next joist using the same principle, maintaining 40 cm between the platforms and between 2 joists. Once the joists have been laid, check the overall level with a long mason's ruler and the spirit level. Fine-tune the levels using the platforms. Also check that the ends of the external joists are well aligned. The slats are fixed perpendicular to the joists. Start at the edge of the terrace in the corner by placing the 10 mm thick expansion blocks against the wall. The other end of the slat must reach halfway across a joist. Draw a marking line with the pencil. Transfer to the set square, then saw. Position the first slat. and fix with 2 screws at the level of each joist, placed at 25 to 30 centimeters from the overhang. For each screw point, make a milled pilot hole to countersink the screw head, then screw in place. Complete the first line with a portion of slat. Leave a 2 mm gap between the slats and measure the remaining distance to reach the edge of the terrace and add 4 centimeters. This overhang will enable you to complete the finishing profile around the deck. For the next line, place a 10 to 15 centimeter block against the wall and also distribute 15 mm blocks between the slats to create an expansion space. Continue in this way on the same principle row by row. At the side, draw the cutting line for the slats with the marking line. Cut off the excess on the slats with the circular saw. To achieve a better look, mask the supporting structure of the terrace with a slat screwed vertically to the joists. 2 versions for an elegant terrace supported by a structure that allows the wood to breathe and doesn't trap water. Need more info? Call 010 493 5170.